This August, the Queensland Country Women's Association will celebrate its 90th anniversary. It's an impressive milestone for an association which has been battling to maintain relevance in recent years. But as Tom Forbes reports, a struggling branch on the Gold Coast has found a way to attract new members who bring fresh ideas and a future for the CWA.
Jean McKenzie has been a member of the Mermaid Beach branch of the Queensland Country Women's Association for 3 decades.
When I came up to the coast, I didn't know anyone, and I went to my church and there was a lady there with a macrame bag, and I said to her, "Oh, I always want to learn how to do macrame." And she said, "Well, come to CWA and we'll teach you." And that's when it started.
In its heyday, the Beachside branch boasted 60 members. But in recent years, the humble CWA hall has fallen silent.
We've just gradually been going downhill because there's been several deaths amongst the members.
A few weeks ago, the branch was down to 4 members, and Jean was the only one well enough to attend the meetings.
Well, if we hadn't got new members, I would have had to close the branch. It was that desperate.
In a last-ditch effort to save the branch, District President Denise Blythe issued a press release and delivered 600 flyers alerting Mermaid Beach residents to the CWA's plight. The results were amazing. More than 50 women have joined in the past fortnight, breathing new life into what was a dying branch. Now it's a case of educating the next generation.
Having these contests, it's great fun, and you do learn.
Jevon Rofe grew up in Stanthorpe and was introduced to the CWA by her grandmother.
I used to come to the playgroups and have my grandma make me nut muffins and make me little dolls and do craft, so it's always been with me. And I heard about this one closing down and I actually thought that's part of my tradition and I don't really want to give it up.
The 29-year-old is the new branch president, overseeing a group of women with fresh ideas.
Whatever the women want to bring, we're open. So definitely we've got a lot of different people involved who have lots of different skills.
I was just speaking to a couple of them in there and they do line dancing. Okay, one of the craft days they can turn around and say, "We're going to learn simple line dancing today," or Zumba. That's the latest craze. Yes, okay, embrace it.
Jean McKenzie celebrated her 85th birthday this week and says she's ready for a new challenge.
I think we'll become a very fun branch and there'll be lots and lots of things to do. And whereas the members last year used to come and just knit squares and things to make ropes, there's all sorts of things that they can do practically anything they like.
Definitely trying to evolve and to move on, but at the same time I think there's a lot of people like me who don't want to lose a lot of their traditions.
Mermaid Beach is one of 274 branches in Queensland. Since the 1920s, CWA halls have been used by women to learn life skills, including cooking and craft.
Mainly I like embroidery and I've won prizes for some of the things, and I try to enter in their competitions every year.
They also raise money for charities. Recent flooding in southern Queensland has placed enormous pressure on regional communities which need to rebuild.
Our State Disaster Fund and the Public Rural Crisis Fund, they've been completely depleted from last year, so we are desperately in need of funds.
It's a simple equation. The more members a branch has, the more money they can raise.
It is up to the members as to what they want to do in their branch, how they want to raise funds to help out in their local community. Every community is different. What we do in the cities would be slightly different to what they do out in the countries.
The future of the Mermaid Beach CWA looks assured, but other associations remain in a precarious position. Here on the Gold Coast, the Nerang branch is down to its last 4 members, and it's a similar story across the state.
We have the same problem in every branch of CWA throughout South Eastern Division and indeed throughout Queensland and Australia. We are looking for new members.
One option being explored by the association is the introduction of night meetings for working women.
For those people who are sitting home thinking, "Oh, I haven't got anything to do," maybe you should look up something like your CWA and see where the meetings are and go down and get involved.
Word of mouth and the use of social media can also attract more women to the tightly knit CWA.
Let the public know that we are still here. Let them know that CWA is here. We've always been here. We intend to stay if we can, but we desperately need new members, and they would be welcome with open arms.